Hello and welcome to a brand new installment of Nintendo News Report for Wednesday, November 1st, 2017. I'm your host, Donald Terriel, and I think I hit a home run off you, Darvish, tonight, but I'm not alone. Joining me, as always, is the King Nintendo fan himself, Justin Berube. Hello, Justin.
Hey, what's up?
And sending in his audio from all the way out in Alaska, Zach Miller.
Hello, everybody. It's foggy today. Not snow, thank God, but very foggy.
Yeah, the snow starts, what, next week?
Probably.
Sad thing is, I don't know if I'm talking about where I am or where you are.
Oh, you don't have any yet either?
No, we've been in the 60s most of the last 2 weeks.
Wow, all right. Lucky you. We've been in the 30s.
Fun. But it's not the only thing. The only thing raining out Nintendo's way is, well, profits. Top story this week, of course, is Nintendo putting out their second quarter financials and announcing that, yes, they are going to pass the Wii U before the end of the fiscal year.
Oh, my gosh.
With an outside shot of passing the Wii U by the end of the calendar year.
Wow.
Yeah, so they have already sold 4.95 million Switches this just since April 1st. So it's up to almost 8 million now. And you can throw another 150,000 on from Odyssey week sales in Japan. So they're at about 8. And they say that by the end of the fiscal year, they'll have sold another 8.
Jeez.
So they'll be at 16 million.
Nice.
And the Wii U is what, 13 something?
13 and a half, yep.
Wow. Well, this I mean, kind of shows you two things. The Switch is insanely popular, but also the Wii U was not.
The Wii U, it's sold to people like us who really love Nintendo games.
Yeah. And now, I've said this before, now I'm just resentful about it. It sits on my entertainment center, taking up 3 plugs, and I'm angry at it.
It's a lot. It's
Honest
too when you count all the plastic crap that's there. You know, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous how much stuff is there.
I really only keep it around for Jeopardy because my wife and I play Jeopardy once in a while.
I'm pretty sure that's been like $3 on PS3 at some point.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Oh, yeah. I got it for maybe $5. It was on sale on Wii U one time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why not? I got Wheel of Fortune too. It's not as good.
Yeah. Memo to Sony, I think we're about due for another round of game show games.
Yeah.
And since, hey, we know you're publishing on Switch with your music label, why not?
Why isn't there a feud?
Because the kind of questions they ask on the feud now will get the game rated M.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. So, in addition to selling a whole crap ton of Switches, let's see here. They ordinary net income about $611 million. I'm pretty sure we're back to what they call Nintendo-like profits.
Yeah. Nice.
$3 billion in sales for that, and yeah, so in Splatoon 2's first quarter, 3.6 million copies sold.
Wow.
That might explain why I'm not getting a lot of Japanese people.
Yeah, you'd think it would have to be.
Yeah, because the North American European audience outnumbering the Japanese audience slightly there.
Mm.
Yeah, and Dale in the chat room reminding us all that basically the same thing happened with the Wii U and the Switch. What happened to the GameCube and the Wii? They took the GameCube. They added a new feature. Massive success. And maybe
people really do like the Wii U, just not in that form.
Yeah. Maybe next
the
time
Wii U is a bit slimmer, like the gamepad and everything. Just go back and hold the gamepad after holding one of these, and you're like, it feels horrible.
Yeah, because I mean, and some of the games that are popular on the Wii U are even more so popular on the Switch. I think Mario Kart Deluxe, is selling faster on Switch than it ever did on Wii U. And that,
wow.
Granted, that's with more to work with, but still.
I mean, the
Splatoon
gamepad
2 outdoing Splatoon 1, I'm sure.
Yep.
I mean, the gamepad does have a D-pad though, so It's got that going.
And yet the Switch still has a better D-pad than the GameCube controller. But anyway, we've had that argument before.
Let's move on.
Yeah, and the 3DS trucking along nicely there. It about to pass 70 million copies. Mobile pulled in a drop in the bucket compared to the rest of the company, and the revenue for Pokemon Go way down from last year. Although last year was also when it launched and when the thing was inescapable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nintendo having themselves quite a bit of fun right now. Let's just hope that they keep the momentum going. And how can I put this? We don't have that intermediate console before the next one that breaks out into a Smash hit.
Yeah. Speaking of Smash, we need Smash on this thing.
Oh yes, we do. Especially to go with that GameCube adapter, right?
Yeah.
I still wonder if I think the latest we can possibly get an announcement and have it come out this fiscal year is like this month.
It would have to be.
I don't think it's going to come out this fiscal year. I'm guessing it's going to be the next November big game.
Yeah.
So you don't think that would be Pokemon? Because let's face it, if Pokemon comes out, that would probably beat Smash.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon's hard. I think they may wait on Pokemon because not only would they have to make an HD Pokemon of that type for the first time, so it might take more time.
Yeah.
But also they might wait till there's a way to sell the Switch at a lower price point because I mean that could be a problem because like there's never been a $300 upfront cost for a Pokemon game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they might wait till there's like maybe the 2DS equivalent of the Switch to do that.
Like the Switch Mini or like a Switch Pro with the regular Switch moving into that slot.
Yeah, maybe if it's just either I don't even know. I don't even know what it would be. Just maybe like a more budget one. Maybe it's lower resolution or something, or maybe
their production costs will lower over time. It'll be
maybe it's just a cheaper version of the current Switch.
Yeah.
They just lower the price.
It'll be a Switch with a D-pad.
Yeah, I just think the price point has to go down before they
market
drop this to like a lot of kids. Which Pokemon is a game that's the target audience. So
I don't know. I mean, I think the last couple of years have proven that the target market for Pokemon is like 21-year-olds.
There's more older people in there, but I think they need to price it at that price that where parents are like, yeah, I'll get one for my kids.
Yeah.
And I think something came out today from the Wall Street Journal. It's like Nintendo wants to have more than one Switch in the house. And that's why they did like the profile transfer thing in the 4.0 firmware. So you can have more, so you can make it feasible to start out with one Switch, and that's like, oh, I want my own. Okay, we'll do it.
Already 2 in my household.
I suspect by at the latest this time next year there'll probably be 2 Switches in my home as well.
Oh,
I think my roommate's waiting for Fire Emblem before he jumps in.
Oh, there you go. Well, of course, the new Smash will have like 17 more Fire Emblem characters in it. They should just release another version of Smash that's all Fire Emblem characters.
It's almost there.
Yeah, it is.
And hey, this one will actually include Ike. Not that I'm mentioning any names or anything. Fire Emblem Warriors.
Oh, really? He's not in it?
Yeah, not even in the DLC. But they did mean that when they said that this game is going to be a Fate's Awakening with a side of Shadow Dragon, they meant it. But don't worry, Camilla's in the game.
It's the only reason I'd play it.
Did you get that Camilla figure from Japan, Zach?
No, I missed out on the pre-order period, so I'm now waiting for somebody to sell it on my figure collection, the website, and somebody was selling it, but it was $200. She'll go down. I'm not paying $200 for that.
No. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Is she playable on a Wyvern in Fire Emblem? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I might actually play this.
She flies around the whole game.
Cool.
Yes. All right, but if Nintendo's putting out earnings, they're not the only ones to do that, and it is earnings season in the game industry, and we had some a somewhat interesting comment today in the Wall Street Journal from from EA's CFO. I had to make sure that I got the position right here because apparently, despite them being pretty bullish on the Switch back in May, the company's finance chief, Blake Jorgensen, told the Wall Street Journal that they're holding off until basically next March before deciding if they're going to do any further games besides FIFA 18 and the indie game that they're publishing that's from the Flipping Death and Stick It to the Man team.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that EA would hold games above the water, yeah.
No, I think this is a precedented partnership. Because, well,
all partnerships are on the table now.
Well, I mean, and it's not like before they don't have the user base argument, but honestly, I think this time the problem is not on the Switch's end because it is certainly selling. It's certainly selling enough that it could pass the Xbox One if the X doesn't take off.
Oh yeah.
But EA made a lot of decisions about 3 or 4 years ago, around the time that they were getting out of the Wii U market, such as tying the entire company's current development to an engine that is heavily designed around first-person shooters, and as we've learned with things like the now canceled Visceral Star Wars game and Mass Effect Andromeda, as far as making adventure games, RPGs, and basically anything that's not a loot box-based first-person shooter, Frostbite's a great shooter engine.
I think that's right. I don't think the market is necessarily there on Switch. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to buy any loot box games. I know that NBA 18,
2K18, yeah,
2K18. It's got microtransactions for everything, like haircuts, everything.
What?
So I don't know how well that's selling on Switch. I'd be interested to know.
It was up in the download charts for a while, which I think are based on number of downloads, but it quickly got passed by stuff like Golf Story.
Oof.
Which since now, granted, getting that game digitally is probably a non-starter for most people because I don't think the uptick is there for memory cards on Switch, and you basically needed one.
True.
Now that the game is out physically on Switch, we'll probably see some sort of indication of that from 2K. I think they're due to give their earnings very, very soon, and we might also get something when the next NPD report comes out in a couple of weeks.
I'll be interested to see if the audience is on Switch.
Yeah, but I mean, all the things that EA seems to be making right now are, multiplayer focused or giant open worlds that they can put loot boxes in, and the Switch being a somewhat less powerful console, and EA putting a lot of stress on the people who do the engine to support the Switch, or putting a lot of pressure on them to make it that they can't code support for the Switch, as has been rumored. I can certainly see why EA is reluctant, but the fact that they shipped a FIFA game where I can't kick it about with Don and JP because friend matching isn't there, that's not going to help your reputation with anybody.
No.
I didn't mind that the story mode stuff that runs on the Frostbite engine wasn't in FIFA, but it's such a simple functionality, like the ability to just have a quick match with a friend, not being there and seemingly not patched into this point. EA, you're not helping.
No, that's weird. So they're sending the game out to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, the sale, I mean, you can point at the UK where it's like 1% of the market, but that's still Nintendo's weakest market. And in Japan, it was about 20% of the sales there were for the Switch version, where the Xbox One isn't even a factor.
Mm.
But at least we know, at least this, like, even this, if the smaller indie stuff like Fee, I wonder if that game they showed off last June at EA Play, the prison game that's all co-op focused. I wonder if
yeah.
I forget what that's even called. I think it's The Way Out or something like that.
Something like that. It's by the Two Brothers guys, right?
Yeah, the Brothers team. And that, and even the first indie game they showed at EA Play, Unravel, that would be really, really good on Switch. And I know that the developer at one point was looking to get it on there. This was back when dev kits were harder to find than diamonds.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think if Ubi, and maybe EA will see what happened with Mario and Rabbids and think maybe they can make some sort of arrangement that plays to their strengths as well as Nintendo's, but that's probably not going to happen for a while.
Yeah.
And EA will miss the boat like they did with the Wii.
I guess I'm okay with that. I don't really pay attention to their games now that Visceral's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind NHL. Like, I would love to see NHL on the Switch. I'd love to see, Madden would probably be a hit among our staff, certainly.
Oh yeah.
But
I'd like to see Star Wars on Switch.
Yeah, but if all they're going to do on Switch is giant open worlds with lots of player choice, that's not coming to Switch.
No.
Yep.
And also, word of warning here: EA has said they're going to discount Battlefront 2 before Christmas. So if you're on the fence, maybe wait until the movie comes out.
Wow.
That should be plenty of time.
That's EA announcing, don't bother buying it now.
Yeah, wait till December.
Yes, and that's why Nintendo never puts their games on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and. So don't buy in December. It's like, it's too crazy right now. Maybe it'll be to the new year, and then by that point, hey, the game's already out the door. So,
yep.
Please understand. All right. Now, speaking of things going crazy commercial this month, Nintendo put out a couple of announcements today. The first one being that they're going to have a couple of exclusive Zelda themed items for Black Friday in North America. A green 2DS that comes with Ocarina of Time 3D. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a moment to wrap your head around the irony of a 3D game being bundled with a 2DS. But they also announced the Legend of Zelda Explorers Edition, which I think leaked out first from a couple of retailers that were listing it. It's basically Breath of the Wild plus a strategy guide plus a double-sided map for the same price.
Huh.
And they both come out on the 24th.
Yep. So this is the third boxed edition of Zelda in North America.
So you're going Wii U, Switch regular, and now this one?
No, I'm talking about boxed versions. So you got the Master Edition, the Collector's Edition, and now the Explorer's Edition, the ones that come in a box.
Oh.
Yeah. If I hadn't bought my copy of Zelda for $50 used, I probably would pick this up at this point because that guide might actually be useful for me to get off the plateau on the Switch.
Yeah, maybe the guide just tells you where every Korok seed is, making up for the problem in the main game.
That would be nice.
But Justin, that book would be like 700 pages. You realize?
All they had to do is I think they could do it. Let's put some dots.
Yeah. The point, it'll be like 6-point font, and the screenshots will be like my old cell phones.
It's called the Explorer's Guide for a reason. You got to explore every page.
Well, there's only 100, so you'll find them eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what's going to be in this guide. I'm wondering if Prima has something to do with this guide because they've been doing. Nintendo's been pushing their guides. It seems like for the last few years.
Well,
they have
the pros, especially since the pros at Nintendo Power gave up doing those guides.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that, and I don't know if I know Versus. I was there when Versus went under. I don't know what's going on with Brady. I assume they're done, and I haven't heard much from Piggyback, which is the other big strategy guide company that I know of back in the day.
Huh.
So yeah, I guess you're pretty much stuck with Prima at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't bought a strategy guide in years.
I think the only game I've really buy strategy guides for is Animal Crossing, just so I can get a look at all the furniture, try and figure out what I want to go for.
I bought the strategy guide for a game we'll be talking about here shortly this past weekend, but it was only because it was $11.
Oh wow, that's a good price. I'd probably pick it up for that.
Yeah, no, and that's $11 Canadian. So that's like $7.50 for you.
Yeah, probably.
Dale, yeah, and Dale's asking, what about GameFAQs? I honestly, I'm finding that they're good for a lot of the older stuff, but it takes about a year for the really, really, really deep FAQs to start showing up.
Yes.
Like I don't think I've seen a quality Xenoblade guide or Xenoblade X guide.
I can't play a game with my phone open to GameFAQs next to me.
Yeah, my one friend played through the first Xenoblade, and he had like a spreadsheet open of all the missables and like everything, and
oh my gosh,
like it was like a huge multi-part spreadsheet too. When he showed it to me, I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Crazy. Yeah. So that'll be some of Nintendo's big push. We are starting to see Black Friday ads come out now, and I'm pretty sure I have to list the sales for the PlayStation Gold headset when we do our big Black Friday feature in a couple of weeks, because that apparently works on Switch now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we've already seen one deal on it from Kohl's.
Huh.
It'll be $30 off, and you get $15 gift card with it.
Hey, Kohl's sometimes has some Nintendo clothing, so check it out.
Yeah, T-shirts.
Yes. But then from there, after Black Friday, of course, that's the big run up to Christmas, and then Nintendo is going to have a game coming out on Christmas Day, digital only. They announced today that that the new style, the fourth Style Savvy game, although I think it's the third one in Europe, will come out digital only on the eShop on Christmas Day.
Interesting.
There is a demo for it now. I know a friend of the show, Seren McNulty, is already over the moon because this is her announcement that's going to be a late breaker for Game of the Year.
Really?
She loves herself some Style Savvy.
So the people who like these games seem to really like them.
Well, I think I reviewed the third one and I played it for a few weeks, and you reach a point, at least in the third game, I don't know about one or two, where you're not really progressing anymore. You're just kind of playing it to play it.
I mean, I played the first one a little bit, and honestly, I wasn't very impressed.
Yeah, I tried a lot of demos around the time of that one coming out last year, but that was around the time. It literally came out the same day as Federation Force, and that was where all my time was going to go.
Oh yeah.
At that point, so I don't know if this is necessarily better because now you have an impulse purchase on the eShop on a day when theoretically you're going to get a lot of eShop credit, but are you really going to dust off the 3DS at that point if you've got a shiny new Switch in your hand?
Yeah.
So I just can't. I just never expected that of all people, Nintendo would be the ones to release a brand new major game, not like a VC game, on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how major it is if they're choosing to do that. Has that series sold well in North America? Is that why it's?
I want to say the first two did, but the third one really sort of underperformed, which I think is why this new one is only an eShop game.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems like they're sending this game out there to die at this point. So,
get it?
At least in this territory. I mean, I just feel like when Nintendo releases games digital only like that, they just don't have much faith in them, and that's why they do this. So,
yeah, like for Cross. 3DS
Rhythm,
too.
Rhythm Heaven.
And Rhythm Heaven, yeah.
I wonder if Sushi Striker is going to be bigger than we think, but it's also going to be eShop only, though.
I have a feeling it's going to be eShop only, but who knows?
It's like the one of two, like 1.5 games that they've got for the 3DS next year.
Yeah, unless they announce the more stuff, maybe it would be physical just to be like, look, we're supporting it, retailers.
Yeah. But you would think that the way the Switch is going, that even their partners who have basically been keeping the 3DS alive for the better part of this year are going to be like, nah, let's work on Switch stuff. There's probably more active users at that point.
Oh yeah.
Unless Pokemon really takes off on the 17th.
Yeah. I don't know how well that's going to do.
I'll be interested, but it seems like Nintendo is sort of dividing that whole the whole 2 weeks starting honestly on Tuesday is kind of crazy between Doom,
Doom, that's right.
Doom, Skyrim, LA Noire, Pokemon, and that's just that's the stuff that's actually going to sell. You've also got Mario Party in there, the Snipper Clips expansion, Zelda amiibo.
Yeah.
That Zelda DLC might be out by the time we do this show next week, for all we know.
That'd be nice.
I mean, if the Champions come out on the 10th, you would think that they'd have the DLC that supports their story around that time, but maybe I'm just overthinking things.
Yeah, you don't need a reason to own those amiibo. Just their existence is enough.
You laugh, but despite not having played enough Zelda to even see one of them, and not having, bought the DLC because I'm waiting for the story pack to come out, I still bought all 4 of them.
Nice. They're good looking. I mean, I'll be interested to see what they look like, kind of in person, not in
Amazon
idealized photographs of the non-mass market produced versions, but
yeah. And also Rhyme coming out, although apparently the physical version of that has been delayed to the 17th. Good job, guys.
What's with all these games coming out digitally and then physically for Switch like 2 months or more later?
Well, the digital version of Rhyme hits it's going to be Tuesday for the digital version, then Friday for the physical one.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. I was just thinking about the news today about Dragon's Trap getting a physical release sometime in early 2018. And I thought, that game's been out since almost launch.
Well, I almost bought it, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, me too.
I'm honestly surprised this isn't the limited run game, but I think they were teasing Golf Story as their first Switch game.
Well, hopefully they fix the glitches before they print that physically. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the retail copy myself, just because I've heard the soundtrack is amazing, and the physical version comes with the code for it.
Oh, that's nice.
And I think I got it for the same price as the eShop version anyway. So.
Oh.
Back before Amazon screwed up all the discounts.
Oh my gosh. Amazon is screwing up Nintendo stuff just generally lately.
Well, they just generally screw up anything that has a Friday release.
Oh,
yeah. It's just that 90% of that is Nintendo.
Right.
Although, I think a lot of the Japanese publishers seem to be going for those Friday dates now too, because I'm looking at Dot Hack GU, the 4-pack of those games comes out on Friday, and that's from Namco Bandai, and that's PS4.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Don't trust Amazon, or I guess Walmart kind of screwed me, because I got the amiibo from Amazon on a Monday for Odyssey. I didn't get the game until yesterday.
Oh geez.
Wow. Yeah, I went to the midnight launch at Best Buy to pick mine up and get my Odyssey poster.
How many people were there to shoot Nazis, just out of curiosity?
It was just Mario. I think that's all that the midnight launch at Best Buy was for. I could be wrong. I don't think anybody was there for Wolfenstein. I was the first one there. I got there about an hour early, but like 20 minutes after that, there's like a decent crowd that showed up. Maybe there's like 30 people by the time the store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I've heard some things about Odyssey, or about Wolfenstein, but of course the main thing I played most of last night after I got the game is Odyssey, and I'm assuming at this point both of you have roll credits on that game.
No,
I'm very close. I'm at Bowser's Kingdom.
I mean I've been working all weekend, so
yeah,
I basically started getting into it more yesterday. I think I'm in the 4th world, and I've been making sure I get everything possible before I leave each world. So
oh, okay.
yeah, I'm not rushing through it. I'm picking each place apart bit by bit.
ever meticulous.
Yep.
Yeah, because I just got to I just reached a point where I could choose between the woods and the lake. I think the Lake Kingdom and the Wooded Kingdom. So
yeah, I went to the wooded one, and that's basically where I'm at now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm part of me is still wanting, I'm still seeing that, oh yeah, there are still hints for for moons in this world, but part of me is just like, maybe I should just move on, because I mean, I've got the ability to go to these other places, and
right.
I should have I should be able to just stay there. I'm just trying to get to New Donk City, in all honesty.
New Donk City so far has been my favorite kingdom.
I have been there briefly because I found a backdoor entrance.
Oh yeah, but you can't go anywhere else.
No.
Oh, there it is. Cool.
But yeah,
are we going to talk about the game now? Is that
yeah?
Are we at that point? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the hint system, but some of the hints are not helpful at all. I'll say that. It's like, oh yeah, and they tell you like where it is, and you're like, okay, then the hint still doesn't make any sense sometimes. So it's
like I had one hint in the desert world where it's like, oh yeah, go to this oasis area. There's a moon there. Okay, go back there, and now it's on a bird who's flying around all over hell and creation.
Oh yeah,
that one was annoying.
I did not like that bird.
You got to find like a good spot where you can reach it and just wait, and it takes forever for it to come back.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and I tried to do one of the things they showed at E3 was you have to basically do the hold the hat jump, and then long jump over to a giant pile of coins. I tried to do that, and I whiffed completely.
I have not figured out how to do that hat trick consistently. I think I'm just bad at it, but
no, you got to practice the tricks. There's like some crazy stuff you can do. So like you want a triple jump or a long jump, throw the hat, and then do the dive onto the hat, bounce off. Then you can throw the hat again and dive again to get more distance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch some videos.
Yeah, I mean, you could do some crazy stuff with the jumping in this game, but it takes some practicing. But once you get it down, and you really should practice and get it down, because it opens up a lot more mobility options and ways to reach areas.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
I like the game a lot. I'm not as motivated to play it as I was with Zelda. Like Zelda, I could not stop myself from playing. But Mario, there's just something about it. I just don't know, because it's a good game. It's a really good game. I don't want to say it's not, but it's just not pulling me in like I expect it to. I don't know why. Because it really is a sequel to Mario 64, more so than all the other sequels to Mario 64. And I love Mario 64. It's objectively the best 3D Mario game. There's no argument to be made there. But I think it's almost like there's too much to do in every world. I have the same paralysis that I would in a Grand Theft Auto type game where, oh my gosh, I could go 100 different places. I'm not going to do any of it.
I feel like it's not that bad because at least they give you a list of how many things there are to do, and the hint system like unlocks, at least when you talk to that hint parrot, it'll tell you like at least the name of it, and that'll add that to the list.
That's true. I do not use the parrot. I feel like that's cheating.
I think it's
probably going to be required.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's really not cheating so much, just because otherwise you'd you get to a point where there's maybe like only a few moons left in a world to find, and without that, you could just be wandering aimlessly for hours without.
Yeah, I only have 2 or 3 moons left in the dinosaur world. I need to talk to the parrot about those, but I do kind of want to see the end credits because I know that the game opens up more after you beat Bowser. At least that's what everyone said. So I'm going to probably do that tonight. I don't want to make it sound like I don't like the game. I love the game. I'm just not as over the moon as I thought I would be.
Yeah, I'm liking what I've played so far, but I'm still early on, so there's a chance that I might hit something that's completely lame that kills my joy for the game. But
like the Lake Kingdom.
Oh,
the Lake Kingdom sucks.
Oh, great. Should I go buy the bathing suit now and just get it over with?
You mean the boxer shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys use the amiibo for this game at all to unlock costumes?
I
did not get the amiibos.
I spent about half of my time playing as Mario in a version of Peach's wedding dress.
Okay. Well, I mean, even some of the Mario series amiibo work to unlock costumes.
Yeah, I did a few of those.
Yeah.
I should probably check and see what those give me because like I said, I bought the Mario set, like the Odyssey set, but I haven't done any other amiibo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish more were compatible from the Mario series. It seems like there's some big omissions that just should have been thrown in for fun, but
yeah,
they don't do anything. So I'm hoping with DLC they add that in because,
like,
come on, people buy the Mario amiibos and they don't work in like the biggest Mario game of the year. And
I was surprised.
It's pretty obvious how to make something.
I was surprised that Yoshi doesn't give you anything.
Yeah, there's a lot that don't give you anything. It's crazy, like especially some of the new ones that just came out, like
Koopa Troopa doesn't do anything.
Koopa Troopa and Goomba don't do anything in this game except for what a standard amiibo would do. So why? Like, huge missed opportunity here. So,
well, I like the costume you get for the 8-bit Marios.
Yeah, I mean that's the same for all the Marios, though.
Oh, it is? Okay, well, screw it.
Except for one of the Mario or two of the Marios, you get a different one. But
okay.
I'm trying to think what are the other two, because the only ones they have Smash Brothers, Mario series.
I'll just say it here: if you scan the gold or silver one, you get gold.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, I don't have those.
Because I heard some people in Japan saying that the silver one didn't work, but maybe it was because they didn't release it in Japan.
Yeah, I scanned the gold one, but I've read online that the silver one does the same thing. So
okay,
I don't know. It doesn't give you a silver Mario. I think it just gives you the gold Mario. So
I did like being a T-Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex is all right, but controls terribly, in my opinion.
It does, yeah. It's not really built for that environment.
No.
And I tried to. It was kind of fun seeing that. Yeah, maybe this, like, it seems like this should work, but it turns out that it doesn't. Like I grabbed a bullet bill at one point in the Desert Kingdom, and I tried to go into the area you're supposed to go in with the Draxi, or the thing that you ride on, and I almost got in there, but yeah, just ran out of fuel at the wrong time.
I like those Draxis. They're supposed to be the little lion statues from Super Mario Land, right?
Yeah.
Well,
nice.
I think so, but at the same time, it's not the same kingdom as in Super Mario Land. So maybe it's an ancestor or a relative, or
the deepest lore will come out eventually. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe when we get around to when we finally unearth the Kong Historia, that'll be in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have to talk to Neil about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good game. I do enjoy it. I'm going to beat it tonight, and people are luckily being very concerned about spoiling anything on the internet, which is nice. But everyone said that the final sequences in the game are phenomenal, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and I mean, 3D World had a really rockin' final, the Bowser boss fight, and then you unlock the stuff afterwards. So
yeah,
let's hope it hope it meets that. But
yeah, I'm hoping there's some challenging platforming at the end, because so far, like, the game itself has been not too difficult, but
Yeah.
I think except for like finding certain things that I think have poor clues, which, I mean, when it comes to clues, it's really difficult to write those, I'm sure, because how much of it is just a dead giveaway versus I want to tell you enough to try and figure some of it out on your own.
Sure.
So I mean, I can give a little slack there once I figure out how to do it and actually determine if it was fair or not. But the really only challenge so far is finding some of those harder to get moons based on the clues. So
Yeah.
I want some platforming challenges.
Yeah, some good old-fashioned Mario Sunshine alternate world, or whatever those
Mario
are called.
Sunshine, collect all the red coins on the poison raft.
Oh God. No.
yes,
yeah. I want my hands bleeding by the time I get that.
All right, and I have to know what are you guys using for controls in this game? Because I've basically used nothing but Joy-Cons and grip.
I've used Joy-Cons without the grip. I love it.
I've been using the Joy-Cons without the grip. Also, it's just easier to do the cappy attacks with them out. But I have noticed occasionally, no matter what Joy-Cons I use, my right Joy-Con sometimes lags a little bit.
Oh.
On the jumping, and I've tried different Joy-Con and whatnot, so I think it's just interference in the room, or I've tried 2 different houses now with it, but I don't know if this is like a problem other people are having or not.
Huh.
I think overall the quality of the controllers has been lower with the Nintendo Switch, which is unfortunate. I've had problems with all of them.
It is unfortunate because they're $80.
Yep.
For a pair, yeah.
I'm talking about Joy-Con and Pro I've had issues with. There's no perfect controller for Switch, in my opinion, at this point in time.
Right.
Because even if, God forbid, you plug in a GameCube controller, it's still missing buttons.
Yeah. And doesn't have HD Rumble either. So
yeah. So there goes my plan of doing the Pro Controller. The Wii U Pro Controller. That if we can find a way to make that work on Switch.
That'd be cool.
It would. That's a really good controller.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I think we'll once we've had a chance to play some more Odyssey, we'll at some point there's going to be something going up with just all of our thoughts on the game.
Oh yeah. We'll have a Odyssey spoiler cast.
I think Connectivity's putting one together. I don't know if we want to.
Oh, that's true. I'm actually on that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we want to do one.
Might take me a while based on my pace at the game.
Yeah, We'll
when I'm ready to talk about this game, I will have seen it all. Let me put it that way.
We'll pencil it in for the PAX East panel.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's not going to take as long as Zelda. I promise. I burned out on that. I think I finally beat it. I finally beat it the day before Odyssey came out, just to get it done.
You haven't beaten it yet?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, he has now. But what was your final number for the Korok seeds?
I think I don't know the exact number, but I think it was around 750.
Good God.
No guide.
Congratulations, but also you do realize what the eventual reward is for getting all.
No, Donald. No, I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's going to be not worth it. Whatever it is. Unless they give me a freaking loft wing, it's probably not going to be worth it.
It is definitely not worth it.
It is not a digital copy of Wind Waker HD, so.
That would have been the ultimate piss off.
They should have. Hopefully they give me a time machine to go back in time and stop myself.
Oh.
What, you only need 441 to get everything? Yeah.
You need a little less than half to get everything, whatever number that is. It might be 441, but it's just so frustrating the way that whole quest. It's the worst designed quest in Zelda history, as far as I'm concerned. Because then they have Hetsu, I think that's his name. He's like, yeah, go find more of them. Find them all. There's still my children out there, whatever he calls them. So it's like, okay, I'll go find them. Then there's no hint system to find them, and only the DLC gives you a mask that helps you slightly, only a little bit, to find them, because you got to be in the right area, which still means, oh, I got to walk over the entire map once I have this mask just to like have a hint where most of them are. And I can't even imagine what happens when you get to like one left. Like, how do you even narrow that down?
If I ever decide to do, if I ever get really drunk and have like 5 weeks off work and decide to go for that, I would probably just start a new file and not collect any Korok seeds until it was time.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. I mean, I'm hoping the final pack of DLC has something as a reward to help you find the remaining ones.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so I think we'll shut it down so Zach can go beat Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
We all want to play Odyssey. I'm sure people listening right now want to play Odyssey. If you haven't yet, go play Odyssey.
All right. So thank you very much for watching and listening. If you're catching us on the audio feed, patreon.com/NWR, support the site that supports us. If we get for a little bit, a couple of days ago, we were almost to the point that we were going to have to start doing game shows on the regular. So we'd like to get back to that.
Oh, I don't know if I want to. Somebody else can write the questions.
If I wrote the questions, people would hate me, so I probably shouldn't.
I've written a few Jeopardies like that, Justin, where nobody got any answers right.
Maybe we'll if we do Mastermind, we'll bring Justin in for some of the really obscure stuff.
There you go.
I have some jerk Nintendo questions that people will be like, "Oh, I know the answer," and then like, "Oh, you forgot like this little thing," and it's like, "I hate you."
You can write millionaire for PAX this next year.
Yeah, Justin's $1 million question. I don't even want to think about it. All right. So yeah. So patreon.com/NWR, NintendoWorldReport.com for all the news, reviews, previews. We cover as many Switch games as we can, given we're a volunteer website. And we do have a Super Mario Odyssey review, despite Nintendo of America's best efforts. Thank you, Don.
Don liked it.
Don really liked it.
Yep, he sure did.
All right. If you want to bug us individually on Twitter, Justin is at King Nintendo Fan for all of your obscure Nintendo merchandise needs. Zach is ZMiller1902 for all your obscure dinosaur needs.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since you offloaded the busty pictures to your alt account, which I don't think you want to reveal on here.
Which I've not been keeping up on. I should do that.
Yes, and I'm at Donald Mick, DonaldMick, and there will be a new episode of my other show, No Free Time Radio, probably out before the weekend is over. Just between work and various other maladies, it's been I haven't had as much time to do editing as I needed to, but I do have a somewhat longer weekend coming up, so I should be able to do some damage with that.
I'm on vacation now, so it's time for Odyssey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's our show. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.